Something that I think you guys did great was the season finale. I really loved it. I mean, you brought everything together, but sort of atypical. You know, you gave us that moment of everybody in the room, and where's the machine and everything. I just want to see how, just going down the line, how the cast, starting with you, Amy, felt about the finale. I mean, did you feel you were in a good place with that?
You better say you liked it.
I think Jonah is brilliant, and it was great. No. Yeah, I was super excited. Just, you know, when we're doing the show, we don't really know what's coming up. So we get the scripts, and it's kind of like opening a present, and then you get to see what's happening the same way that you guys do when you're watching it. So I think, I mean, I feel like everyone's going to have a similar answer, but I think we were all really excited that it came to that ending, and then to see where they're going to bring it from that point.
And do you know anything where it's going? Do you get any scripts yet? No. Jonah says no. How about you, Sarah?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
I'd be honored.
That you'd like.
I'd like that.
Hey now.
No, you know, yes. As Amy said, I thought it was fantastic and amazing, and I'm going to echo her sentiment again. When I get the script, I get the same feeling. You know, I'm very new to the team, and the things that I get to say and the things that I do, and I thought it was very clever the way in which they did incorporate me into the team. That, you know, as Michael was saying, you don't want to give in your goods too soon, and I think they found a very clever way to very slowly make me a part of this, and you know, to be a part of that finale was fantastic. And again, yeah, I mean, I read these pages and these lines and go, holy, SHIT, I get to say that, you know.
Do you have anything going next season, Kevin, where you feel you want your character to go?
There isn't too many places my character hasn't been. Let's start with that.
Or stay for a while, actually.
No, it's really nice to, as I say, have that sense of duality with the character. And, you know, I'm just really, like a lot of you folks here today, I'm sure, just blown away by this NSA stuff that's going on and how it runs, you know, with our show. And I even approached Jonah about possibly changing the name to the Real Housewives of Interest. Now that we're a reality show.
The real world.
No, it really is. It's really, it's been quite amazing to see the parallels and see our show mentioned.
Right. It must be fun to have that attention on the shows
exactly.
in an important way and say, hey,
absolutely.
these guys were first out with this.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
Back to the audience. Question.
Hi, my name is Steve, and this is a question for all the actors on stage. I know it's my understanding that there's a lot of communication between directors and writers, and of course between directors and actors, but is there any communication between the actors and the writers? Can an actor say, hey, I know I have a great idea for my character, would you consider doing that? Or would a writer go to an actor and say, hey, you know, I have this idea for your character, what do you think of it?
Yes.
One of the actors went, Michael, you want to take that?
Of course, we're always happy to receive suggestions. Absolutely, with open arms. Totally. We're supposed to get a laugh.
In answer to your question, sir, yes, it does work that way, where the, you know, I think all the actors, and they can speak for themselves, of course, but there have been lots of times when the writers, well, actually, you guys don't ask me anything. Now I think about it, wait a minute.
We had to stop soliciting ideas because Chappie kept suggesting that Reese gets killed and Fusco becomes the star.
You've been blocked from the writer's room.
That's new this fall, the Fusco.
But the writers do make themselves very available to the actors, and you know, even though they're, you know, it is their words, they are very open to everything, and it does feel like a collaboration. So that's good. Yeah.
If I could jump in a little bit on that, I think the fun of the collaboration, our writers always go to set when it's time to produce their episode, whether they want to or not. I know it's 100 degrees. But 3 seasons in, whatever assumptions Greg and I had about where this story would go, you get this really fantastic feedback loop that sets up when you have the privilege of working with actors as talented as these ones. Their choices and their ideas inform you, even on a subliminal level. You're getting cuts back, you're getting takes back, and realizing that you know the character's been taken in a direction you didn't anticipate. And that's really the great pleasure of the collaborative
nature of television and film, is that you're not just a little petty despot in a room dictating what your characters do. You're collaborating, you're working with extremely talented people, and so that give and take informs where the narrative goes. And I can think of several sort of moments when our narrative is shifted because of performance.
Absolutely, and just to add to that, as we were considering where, for example, Finch's character was going and the love of his life, and we reached out to Michael to ask him if he wouldn't be opposed to his wife actually playing the role, and he wasn't, and as you can see, just phenomenal work. Jim's chemistry with Paige Turco's character, Jim's chemistry with Taraji has forced that relationship between Reese and Carter into such an interesting place that's going to culminate this year in something really fantastic. We just feel like oftentimes the actor informs us in terms of how they react with a character.
Well, you brought that up, and that's why I was so moved in the finale, because it really seemed so real, because it was Michael's wife playing his fiancée. Next question.
Hi there. I was just wondering, I noticed on some of the episodes that Finch uses a lot of Britishisms, as it were, British pronunciations of words and things like that. And I was just wondering, is that a deliberate thing in the script, or is it just the British man trapped inside Michael Emerson trying to escape?
You're saying Michael Emerson mispronounces things?
Am I supposed to answer that? That's a new idea to me. I mean, I'll have to go back and watch a few episodes. Yeah, I guess Mr. Finch has a somewhat formal way of expressing himself, and maybe a larger than average vocabulary. But
no matter what you... Go ahead.
It may be a kind of a subliminal hangover from my stage days or something like that. But I relish a character that has language gifts. So probably that's something that's happened between me and the writers. They'll dish it to me and they'll see that I enjoy it, and so we keep batting it back and forth.
Next question.
Hi. First, I just wanted to thank you all for making the show. I was here for the pilot like 2 years ago, and I thought it was the best thing I saw here, and now I think it's the best show on TV. It's fantastic. And my question's for Michael. I was wondering, I think it's really adorable how your love interest in the show is played by your wife, and I was wondering how your real-life relationship affects your performance, or even how your performance on the show and your scenes together affects your real-life relationship.
I don't get to play many romantic parts. I don't think I've ever had a lot, which is a mystery to me. But I've never had a proper love scene with anyone on camera except my own wife. And it's not... And you would think, oh, well, that would be like falling out of bed. It would be so easy. But it's actually not. It's actually tricky to do an intimate scene with someone that you are regularly intimate with, because you can't project character onto them. I have to keep erasing her wifeness from my mind so that I can think of her as a character that I don't sleep with every night. So it's an interesting acting problem. I'm glad you touched on that.